Hey there, it's Boots Owen here. I've got this washing machine over on its side. It's a Bosch WAE24162GB/03, and that's what the front of it looks like. It's a Classixx 1200 Express washing machine. I've taken the motor out because I replaced the brushes and that didn't change anything. It still didn't work. So I've taken the motor out and I've got it over on the bench. I've been testing it for continuity with the multimeter. So if we look at this motor here, I think this pair here, top two tabs, are either a brush or a tacho. Not a brush or a tacho, they're either a tacho or a coil. I think the bottom two are a tacho or a coil. I think the center two are the brushes. So this yellow wired brush is the third one down, and the fourth one down should be this brush over here on the right, but there's no continuity there between the pin and the brush cable. So I reckon it might just be a case of running a jumper cable from over here to the brush and cutting this little wire here and joining a wire over to here and bodging it together, and that might work. And if that works, then this motor is back in service and this machine will work. There's a lot of carbon dust in there, and I have had a look at the commutator ring. I thought it looked a bit rough, but you know, not blown. Sometimes you see them and they're completely, one of the little tabs has popped out because it's blown up, and if that's happened, it's probably dead. So what I think I'll do is I'll give this a blowout with the airline first, and then do that little wiring arrangement that I've suggested. Just run a piece of wire across over to here and see if it works. The other thing that I have checked already, but I'll show you again, is an earth continuity test. So there should be no continuity between any of the 6 tabs here and earth. So you can see the number doesn't change from 1 on the multimeter. I've had it in the past with these Bosch motors that you get an earth fault in there somewhere, and typically I think it's been in the field windings around the motor, not in the center. The other thing I should just check is these little tabs here aren't going to earth. No, it's the tabs on the brushes. So I've blown it out with an airline and it's a lot cleaner. And what I want to do now again is just check this continuity again. Yeah. Still nothing on that brush. And there's nothing from that this brush over here on the right that you can't just out of camera. There's nothing from that anywhere else. So let's put the brushes back in and try and do a hot wire job on it. So I have some new brushes here. And you can see the old ones here. They weren't worn down completely. They could be about half this length, but the new ones are a lot longer. So let's get them in. You can see that on the end of this thing here, there's a commutator ring in here, and the brushes come in at an angle. I'm exaggerating it a bit here, but one comes in like this, and the other one comes in above like this. So you've got to watch the shape of the edge here, that it goes in the correct direction. So this side is actually sliding quite freely over here. On the other side it's not, so let's try and get this one in first. This is always a bit of fun because these things, they like to spring out at you. So I wonder if there's an issue with the brush holder on the other side, and it might be a case of taking this machine apart to have a look at that brush holder. There's no simple way to do this, you just kind of have to bundle it up and push it in. But that's it. So you get the tab in there, you hook this thing back on. You need something to hold it from the other side. Oh, it's popped out there, that's no good. That's it. That's in correctly now. So I said the one on the other side, I thought it wasn't sliding in and springing back. See, it's really stiff actually. I could grind a bit off the brush, but I think that's a silly idea until I take this apart and see what's wrong with it. I have spare brush holders for this, so we can do that as well if we need to. Let's get in here. There's 4 big long screws, Torx bits. Get them out. And then this should all come asunder. Yeah, and there's a spring washer here, so it's going to keep in here. Then I'm going to take the brush out of the other side again, because it's only going to get in the way now that I've thought of that. Okay, and I want to get in right to the back, so I've got to get this rotor come off this way. Should do, I think, but I think I can do it without that. If I can take this coil off. So it all clips together. It's got little connectors. You've got to have it the right way around. So let's try and keep it like that. And so it's got this big plastic connector plate here, and I need to get in under that. Now, which one? I think it wasn't the yellow one, it was the other side. It was this side here. That one's okay. This one. Yeah, it's this one over here that's bad. And I might be able to get that out just with a screwdriver from above. I don't know if I can get one screw out. No, I think I need to take off this whole plate on top here, and so I think I need to take this out as well. I don't know why it doesn't want to come out. I might need to take the plate off first, so let's go for it. These are delicate because I've dealt with them in the past. The other thing that can fail in here is this little silver thing, and that's a little heat overheating thing. Thermofuse. I guess I should check continuity on that as well, because I don't know. It may be that the thermofuse runs through to the brush. I don't know if it does or not, but we can check that. Check that straight away actually. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Oh dear, maybe that's what's wrong. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So I wonder if... Let's take that out. That could be what's wrong with this. Not seen that happen before. Need to get this motor out of here now. There, just pull it, just yanks out. Okay, this should lift out then. Yep. So there's two problems then. One is this little brush holder was not sliding freely. Let's lift that out, have a look at it. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but I guess a bit of a clean out inside. Let's just try that. It feels like this little tab's bent down a little bit. Let's just try bending that up a little tiny bit. Yeah, it seems to have done it. Okay. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. That can go back in then. And then we just need to look at this thermal fuse. Better finish that up by hand. It's very tight. Okay. So then these two connectors here, in here, go to the ring here, which is for the encoder ring for the tacho. Can I trace them back? Yes, of course I can. I can use the multimeter. And that will tell me what side the tacho is on. It will be the top or the bottom, yeah. And this one should be the second one. Yep, okay. So that's the tacho. Let's get a pen and mark that on. So it's the tacho here. Brush, brush, coil, coil. Okay. Right. So then the thermal fuse is apparently suspect. Let's try it from behind, see if we get any continuity there. No, and of course that will go to one of the brushes, I would say, on one side. Yeah, and then we're getting nothing beyond that. Okay. So, thermal fuse, let's get a model number off that. 15AM213A, 17K6SA. No, I'm feeling that's welded there. I don't think it's soldered, I think it's welded. So, I'm not sure if I need a new one of these boards or what. I might have a spare one. I'm gonna go and look. So now I'm inside another Bosch motor, another one, an older one, but with a thermal fuse. And this thermal fuse I've just tested for continuity and it's fine. So I want to see if I can get this one and put it over there, in here. The issue I have is that these two plates, the white plates, or harnesses or whatever you call them, they're upside down. The pinouts are upside down on them. So I can't just swap them, I don't think. And as well as that, I think they have a different plug arrangement. So the plug, I don't know actually, you know what? Might fit, might just fit. Let's see if I take it out and move it across, what it would look like in the other one. Might fit. So even with the best will in the world, it doesn't fit. The brush holders are the wrong way around, and you start fiddling with it and it just doesn't fit. So it almost fits, some bits of it are the same, but it's not the same. So I'm going to see how to get this piece out. I might just clip out and snap off somehow. It certainly flips up. I'm going to wreck this piece, but that's okay as far as I'm concerned because this was in a scrap heap. And then somehow swap it with the one over here. So I just wiggled the old one off and put the new one in. Now I can smell my soldering iron is heating up. Here we go. What I want to do is get a bit of solder to attach on there. Don't know if that's sticking on there properly. Looks like it might have made a bit of a connection. I'd like it a bit stronger. better. It's not falling off. I'm going to dab around here. If I can deal with this one from this side, put that in like that. Without melting the plastic. Let's just see if we can get continuity on it, and if we can, I might say we're halfway there. Yep. So from a brush to here to here, it's looking okay. I'm gonna see if I can get a dab more solder. I'm happy with that one up there, but the one underneath, I don't know how well that's bonded, so let's prop it up like that. Very hot soldering iron. That's how I want it. Looks a bit better. Giant blob on the bottom, just for continuity once again. Yep, there we go. That's lovely. So let's put it all back together and see if it works. Now, if I recall in the past, I've managed to smash some of these apart in the past, so you've got to be very delicate to get all the pins to go in correctly. Not so much at this stage, but it's more important later on at the stage when you're putting the laminations on top. So you can crush one of the pins out sideways, and then you're just doing damage. So what have we done here? We've just replaced a fuse, basically. Nothing big, nothing major, nothing complicated. It's not a hard job to do. All I did was snap off the old one. I didn't show that. I just wiggled it with the pliers until it broke off, and tried to make sure the other one broke off in the same way, and then bridge the gap with solder. I guess I was careful not to overheat it, but not so careful. It still works. What I could have done in an extreme situation, let's just put a piece of brass or something across there, or a little blob of solder, so that the fuse is just bypassed. They put fuses in this case it's to protect the motor, because the machine itself will have a fuse as well. So I don't really know if it's a big deal if you were to bypass it. Now this is where I need to be careful. So there's the windings coming back to terminations, one here and one over here. I don't know if it actually matters which way around these things go. I think it seems to be a mirror image of itself. And of course it is only one coil, so those connectors look okay. Next thing is the rotor. Drop that in. Does it come through? Nope. Okay, why is it not going in? Let's pull it out again. Let's have a look. I do not want to break it. I don't Don't see anything stopping it in there. Looks all okay. The only thing that I could do while I'm here is clean up those commutator bars, but yeah, it looks actually like there on that encoder ring something blew at one stage, so it might have gotten stuck and overheated, but it looks okay. Looks like it might run again. I won't really know until I put it all back together. Give it a bit of a wipe. There's no residue on it, so of course it might have damaged. I don't think you could damage that encoder ring, I don't know. There we go, that feels like we're in and home. Yeah. Okay. Next stage is the top with this washer. Spring washer in there. Just making a hames of it. There we go. There's a bit of pressure there, you see, because of the spring washer. And 4 screws should hold it all together. I'll spare you that, and we'll see if it works. Okay, then back again to test for continuity. This was one brush. Is it this one? Yep. And then it was the far away one that wasn't working, and now it is. So I'll put the brushes back in and see if there's continuity across them, because there should be as well. New brushes. One on that side. This is the slowest bit. Save waiting for the soldering iron to heat up. And one on this side. So then the last test that I can do is to check now that there's continuity across the brushes. And there is, which is cool. Okay, there's not much more testing I can do on this motor without putting it back in the machine, other than I had a bench arrangement and I don't. So I'll put it back in the machine and see if it works. And get the screws in the back here. And then I'll reconnect these wires. Where do they go? In like this. And on here. Usually these would be connected on here with a cable tie. It seems to be missing on this one, so I'll put one on. It does nothing, only keep it tidy as far as I can tell. And I'll have to put the belt back on as well, so I might as well do that now while it's up on its side. So to get the belt back on, I need to get in here in the back. One screw opens this panel. And then let the belt fall off the big pulley, loop it over the motor pulley, and then very carefully, because the edge around here is very sharp, roll the belt on. That looks good, and then we'll test the machine. Okay then, let's see what happens. I put it onto a spin. Lights come on, press start. Will anything happen? Pump should come on. Motor should run. Pump should come on, there it is. No water in it. And the motor should run. But will it? You can hear relays clicking in and out there. I'm not optimistic. And I'm not sure why. Why that's not working. No satisfaction there. That is not turning. Leaves me in a bit of a pickle as to what I can do next. Door's locked. Try turning it off. I don't want to waste my life trying to do something that it's not going to do. I can put it on a rinse. It's just going to bring in water and pump it out again, I guess. That's the pump out. There's water coming in. If it wouldn't spin on a spin, it's unlikely to spin on this cycle. What could be wrong with that motor? Yeah, there's a relay clicking. More water's coming in. It's not agitating at all. So there's still a problem with the motor after all that. Any ideas, let me know. Anything else to test on that motor, let me know. Anything I think I've missed, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you later.